Hey everyone, hope you're doing good. So today I'm going to be starting some seeds. I need to start tomatoes, tomatillos, eggplants, as well as okra today. All of these are recommended to start anywhere between 4 and 8 weeks before my last frost. Right now I'm at a point where it's probably about 4 to 5 weeks before my last frost. So some of these I really need to get the jump on. Alright, well we will just get started and I will show you what varieties I'm going to be growing and then we will chat about it. Alright, so we'll just go over the varieties really quickly. So first up, I have Clemson spineless okra, and then also Burmese okra. And next we have Black Beauty eggplant. So this is like the variety that you'll typically find at your local grocery stores. Next we have Hungarian heart tomato. So I've grown these in the past, but not very successfully. Not anything because of the seed, but because of me. I grew it in way too damp of an area, so I had trouble with it. But with these, I did find they try to trail more than they climb up. So the stems on these were very curvy and wonky, and it wasn't quite like I was used to. So I don't know if I had that experience just myself or if other people are experiencing this as well. So if you've experienced that, that'd be cool if you could let me know, just because it's interesting. I don't think that it really affects anything too greatly, but I just noticed that it was different, for me at least. Okay, and next we have Cherokee purple tomato, probably my all-time favorite tomato and probably will be forever. And that's another pack of Cherokee purple. Tomatillos. So when you're growing your tomatillos, you do need at least 2 plants because these are not open pollinated. Okay, and then next up I have lots more tomato varieties. So these are all in foil packets, so I'll try to insert pictures here. So first up I have Roma tomato. So this is a good paste tomato. Green zebra tomato. So I'm going to be using these as another canning tomato. In the past, I've grown zebra tomatoes, and they typically had thick skins for me, which made them pest resistant, but I didn't like them as a slicer, and at that point, I wasn't canning anything. So I'm going to try those again and can them and see how they go. Next is Ace 55 tomato. So this is like a typical red tomato that you would see at your grocery store, but from the description, these were very productive type. Pear tomato. So this is probably one of my favorites. It's a smaller cherry type, and they actually have these in different types of colors as well, if you're not a fan of yellow varieties. And next we have San Marzano tomato. Here's another paste or canning tomato. Large red cherry tomato. Now, in the past, I've always used this one to make sun-dried tomatoes, but of course, I'll use these for sun-dried tomatoes again, but I'll probably have the addition of other types of tomatoes to that as well. Next is the Golden Jubilee tomato. So this is a yellow slicing tomato. I've not tried this one, but it looked similar to like a Dr. Witchy's or a yellow brandywine. And Marmende tomato. So this is actually a stuffing tomato, and it has like very pronounced size, ridging like a pumpkin would. So again, I'll insert pictures. And that was actually the last of the tomatoes that I'm going to be sowing today. I do have a couple of more that I'll need to pick up from the grocery store, but I'll just sow those when I get them. Okay, so we're going to just jump straight into sowing the seeds, and then I'm going to chat about some of the seedling issues that I've had this year. And I don't know if you've ever experienced anything like it, but you can chat and let me know. All right. Alright, so we're switching gears a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and start sowing the seeds now, and then I'm going to chat a little bit about my seed starting struggles this year. It has been a heck of a year for me, at least. Usually I'm really good about seed starting and really excited, but I've struggled so much. Okay, so first up I'm going to do the Marmende tomato, and I already have these cups filled with compost and just labeled with the variety. Alright, so for the Marmende, So I'm just going to do a few of these. I'm probably going to sow 10 or less seeds in each of these, and I'm just sprinkling them, and then I'm going to come through and separate these seedlings later. Next up, we're going to do the aroma. So anyway, my struggle this year, normally I struggle with starting way too many seedlings way too early, but this year it's been rough. I guess it's because last year I really got a little bit burnout. I tried to do a seedling sale and that did not go well, and it was just disappointing. So I did way too much, and this year I'm cutting back. For that is one reason, but also because we're figuring out our garden space. But it is what it is. I think everybody probably has years like that sometimes where things just aren't working out. But anyway, nearly everything that I've sown, I've had to go back and either just put it on hold or go back and re-sow it. It is definitely not ideal, but despite that, I still have a whole shelf of seedlings going. All right, sorry about that. My camera cut out there, so I'm at Golden Jubilee now. So I think that I skipped a couple, but that's okay. So as I was saying, so I messed up my herb seeds, had to resow those, but they're doing fine now. And then the pepper seeds, so I started those, and then as they were germinated over that weekend, I got sick, so I had to resow those immediately after they germinated and didn't make it. So they're germinating or trying to germinate at this time. And then now I'm doing my tomatoes late. So it doesn't feel like me as far as my seed starting season goes, but hey, it happens. All right, so that was the Golden Jubilee. And next we're going to do yellow pear. Which really I can't be too mad about it, because I don't know if y'all have noticed, but I'm really chaotic when it comes to growing any of my plants or seedlings. It's just kind of all over the place, everywhere, all the time. So, okay, next is the large red cherry. But that's something that you do have to be prepared for gardening. There's always something new, there are always challenges, but that's part of the fun, at least for me. It's never the same, and I don't think you're ever going to make it be the same unless you're growing in a controlled environment. Okay, and next we have tomatillos. Okay, and next is the Hungarian heart tomatoes. But yeah, I mean, mistakes can be an important lesson to learn from the garden, I think. So you can always grow from it, and you can do better next year. You can find out what works for you, what doesn't. It's really a process that is never ending. So if you're like me and you're getting down about it, don't. There's always next year or a different way that you can do it. Okay. So next we're going to do the Black Beauty eggplant. Okay, and next we're going to do the two types of okra. So for these, I'm not going to be sprinkling several seeds and then separating them. So from my research, they don't really appreciate being separated as much as a tomato would. So I'm just going to be sowing these and putting 1 or 2 per and then thinning them out if I need to. So I will just go ahead with that. And I don't need a ton of plants, so I'm only going to be doing 3 of each of these. So first is the Burmese okra. Look at these seeds. They're pretty big seeds. I don't feel like you can tell as good. Oh God. Okay, so I'm going to take these seeds and put them in here. So this one is the Burmese okra, and again, I'm just going to do 1 or 2 per, and then come back and thin it out if I need to. Well, I say 1 or 2, but I'm putting 2 in each of these. And then our last one today is going to be the Clemson Spineless. This says Clemson Spineless number 80. I'm not super familiar if there are other varieties, but okay. Okay, and again, I'm going to put 2 per and just kind of push these down into the soil a little bit. All right, well, that is it. And for the tomatoes, I'm just going to go ahead and press these into the soil. That's going to be it for all of the seeds that I'm starting today. And if you're also having a rough seed starting year like me, I hope that this gave you the push to stay motivated, to keep growing, because I think that we all have bad years. I hope it's not just me. Well, I mean, I hope you're not having a bad seed starting year. But anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I hope that you have a great day. Bye.